Day, Friday, January 22nd, 2021. Another palindrome. 1/22/21. If you look at it backwards, it still says 1/22/21. Yeah, just one of those weird things that's on the calendar I like to point out. Hey, the Ocala City Council has agreed on the annual tax to support fire service. Taxes should remain low as possible. We all agree on that. But city council members on Tuesday told members of a skeptical audience that you got to pay your taxes to support the fire services. If you want to have fire services, you got to support the taxes. They've decided on $190.77 for residential properties. That's up from $173.90 that had previously been charged under the city's fire fee system that was deemed unconstitutional. City residents have been paying the bill for the past 6 months, so that's why they did the higher bill. That makes up a $9.2 million deficit that would go towards the Ocala fire budget. The budget's nearly $20 million. That money at that price will only be collected for the remainder of this fiscal year, which is roughly 8 months. Grable, the city council president, Justin Grable, said he doesn't think anyone's happy about it, but they're left with limited options and their hands are tied. There was a packed audience for the meeting Tuesday with people in the meeting room as well as outside. They were even downstairs in City Hall watching it on closed circuit TV. And people wanted to know why the $9.2 million shortfall could be made up in city reserves. Well, Jay Musley said that's not an option. The $9.2 million could double depending on what they had to pay back. He said city reserves are meant to cover rainy day expenses and be available for necessities. Now, Fred Roberts, who's a local lawyer here in town from Klein & Klein, he represents Carlton Arms, an apartment complex along Southwest 20th Street. You know, Carlton Arms, big apartment complex. He said the tax would be a big burden on owner of multifamily properties. It would be a bigger burden on them than the owner of a single family or commercial properties. Duh. A single family is paying the tax for one building to be protected, their home. The reason you'd have to pay more in a big apartment complex, there's a lot more buildings that have to be protected. Hello, you're not going to get the same rate as somebody that's only got one building to protect. Come on, Fred, you know that. Susie Dubois said she don't understand why she's paying so much. She already pays her taxes. It appears she's picking up tab for the others. And a lot of people are saying that because now property owners are having to pay this tax. Before, anybody that was receiving electricity paid this fee. Now it's only on the owners of property. Albert Peake had said on the program, Ocala, the Voice of Ocala program I used to be part of, that he didn't understand why he got unfairly taxed because he decided to make his retirement fund property instead of the stock market. I think Albert's got a good point. That's why I'm a proponent of a flat tax across the board, a flat sales tax across the board for everything you buy. Everybody pays the same tax rate that way, 15%. If you buy something that's $3 million, you pay 15%. You buy something that's $3, you pay 15%. That way, a guy like Jeff Bezos can go out and buy a $540 million yacht. He's got to pay 15% tax on it. He doesn't get a tax write-off or anything. He can't get through loopholes. He buys something for $540 million, he pays 15%. You want to buy a $540 million yacht? Pay $70 million in taxes. You got it. But the council has decided it's $190.77 for residential properties, up from $173.90 that had previously been charged before, and that's to make up for the past 6 months that there's no money being collected. I understand why they have to do that. I don't understand why it's unconstitutional that everybody not pay their fair share, but that's above my pay grade. That's for judges and lawyers to figure out. But for a local lawyer here in town to go, well, the people I represent own an apartment complex that has 25 buildings. Why do we have to pay more money than somebody that owns a single house? Because you own 25 buildings. They're having to protect 25 different buildings. They're not protecting one building. You got to pay more. That's just common sense. I forget, though, sometimes people don't exercise a lot of that. I used to have a well-watched show on internet called Common Sense with Tom Schmitz. It was just such an easy show to do because it was just common sense, which we have lost our ability as Americans to exercise. We really have. We don't use common sense the way it should be used anymore. But the city's got to get this fire fee somewhere. The fire department doesn't work for free, folks. Your safety from fires and accidents and car wrecks and all, where the fire and rescue have to respond, that takes about, $20 million. It's got to come. Somebody's got to pay for that. That's the job of the city council. That's the job of Ocala. My safety and the infrastructure of my roads. That's what I think government should do. My safety and infrastructure. Well, the fire department's part of my safety. Got to pay the bill. $190.77. I mean, you hadn't been paying the bill for the last 6 months. Got to make up that difference somewhere. Jay Mushley said, city officials collected the fire fee, which benefited residents in good faith. Now he said they're facing a judgment that could be tens of millions of dollars. And that's what he meant by it not be. You got a 9.2 shortfall right now because they hadn't collected fees in 6 months. But there may come a court order that says you have to repay that $10 million that you collected while this was going through the court system. That would double the fee. That would double it to about $18 million and $19 million you owe. So, that's why it can't come out of the city reserves. Well, I live in the county. That's one of the advantages of living in the county, I guess. So I don't have to deal with this Ocala fire fee. But those of you who do live in the county, in the city, you need fire protection. We'll be right back for the last part of Ocala Talks right after this timeout, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
With the stroke of a pen, President Biden eliminated roughly 52,000 American union jobs. Revoking the permit for the Keystone XOil pipeline and rejoining the Paris Climate Accord are the contributing factors. A group of Republican senators from western states, led by Senator Steve Daines of Montana, joined other GOP voices in scoffing President Biden's decision. The administration says it's in national interest to end the pipeline so that other countries can see America moving away from fossil fuels. Another of President Biden's executive orders this week was mandating face coverings on all federal property. Hours later, the president gave a speech at the Lincoln Memorial without a face mask. A spokesman for Biden said there are bigger issues to worry about at this moment in time. Australia is introducing a world-first law to make Google, Facebook, and potentially other tech companies pay media outlets for their news content. Their proposed news code is seen as a possible global test case for how governments could seek to regulate big tech firms. USA Radio News.
Attention business owners body slammed by overwhelming debt. If your business is in trouble, hassled by creditors, if you're frustrated, finally fed up with big business bailouts while your business has been left for dead, please listen close. There's a brand new fast-track bankruptcy. Some have even called it the biggest small business bailout in American history. Designed for individuals and their businesses. And look, almost no one knows about this yet. My attorney wasn't even aware of it. The truth is, beating the system has never been easy because it's rigged in a sense against the little guy. But here's the jaw-dropping news nobody's talking about. They've literally just changed the system so that you can beat it, but only if you understand how the new game has to be played. Find out if you qualify at pocketsoflight.com. This government-backed small business repair program is still legal, but may not be renewed after the election. Fight back fairly, fight back ethically at pocketsoflight.com.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you and yours a year ahead full of health, faith, and compassion. In addition to our pasture mowing, we also offer fence line spraying for weed control and rototilling for your winter gardens. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity, and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Hey folks, here's your invitation to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens for this year's Camellia Show Spectacular. By all means, bring your walking shoes. You'll experience 5 acres of gorgeous camellias right there in one place. Better yet, you can get your own Bob Wine's heirloom camellias. They're blooming sun and shade-loving Sasanqua camellias, and they're just $9.99. The selection is fantastic. And while you're there, check out these hot deals for cool weather. Citrus trees, buy one, get one at half price. Fruit trees, your choice, 50% off. Bunch